welcome back to the John and Linetia show. John, how was your weekend?
It was okay. Saw a movie with my girlfriend.
Cool.
Ran some errands.
Cool.
Did some shopping at Aldi. I love Aldi. Ordered pizza. Ate pizza. Bought some comic books. And on Sunday I rested. How was yours?
Oh, I had so much fun. I played Words with Friends all day.
Yes, you did.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so it was a story that really ticked me off a little bit this past weekend, or last weekend, I should say.
Okay.
About, part of it's a good thing. So Ford has got the Southside Ford plant. They're adding third shift. They're adding some jobs. It's a good thing. And it's a plant that actually builds the Interceptor cars for police.
Okay.
And so the city of Chicago, Chicago police, every police agency, they continually upgrade their equipment. You want to continually upgrade your cars. You don't want to be in a situation where it's like, hey, half our cars are 10 years old, and then you've got a big capital budget improvement plan. So they got basically had a 5-year contract out there,
right.
$15 million to purchase 500 cars. So they awarded it, through an auction process to this plant that'll produce the cars. And the thing that really kind of ticked me off with the whole thing, and I mean, so obviously you look at it and you go, okay, well, you're getting these cars. Is that within the announcement and everything, there was part of the cars, I guess some of the cars are going to be SUVs.
Right. So
our mayor, Mayor Daley II, is pretty much how I'm going to describe.
Wow.
There's not much of a change from one mayor to the next. But anyway, Rahm Emanuel kind of went out of his way to sort of put a little shot on Jody Weiss, or is it Weiss? The previous mayor's head of the Chicago Police Commissioner and superintendent rather, and about how they purchased some Chevy Tahoes that were 2-wheel drive, and it's like unique experience of pushing it out of the snow. Now, the issue that I've got is, I read that, and immediately I said, Rahm Emanuel, you are a freaking a-hole, okay? Because first of all, why don't you just say that you're gonna now pander to the FOP and the rank and file police who did not like Jody Weiss. Okay, great. Well, whatever. Okay, because he was.
He came from the FBI.
Yeah, he was, officer fed,
yeah,
or whatever, as opposed to the regular cops who are well fed. But the thing is that I remember when that had come up, and the whole issue, and everybody in the Chicago media, nobody called Rahm on this because our mainstream media basically won't really report tough, I think, with Rahm Emanuel, except for a few. But when that initially happened, I remember that the thought was not we're going to get these Chevy Tahoes because, we need something with extra traction in the rough terrain of Chicago, especially in the 4 months of the year that we might have snow or ice on the ground, which, by the way, if you're pushing a Chevy Tahoe out of the snow, it means that, Chicago streets and sand didn't do a very good job of plowing, okay? But that's another issue. The whole point of getting these things wasn't, we need a 4-wheel drive vehicle. It really was that the officers themselves wanted a vehicle that had larger capacity to hold, whether it be perps, whether it be, you've got the larger, trunk or storage area in the back. It had nothing to do with 4-wheel drive. And in fact, the biggest thing I remember was that it was said, and Weiss even said, when it came to the gas mileage, that the Chevy Tahoes actually got the same gas mileage as the regular sedans, okay? This is the interesting thing. If that's the case, nobody asked Rahm Emanuel when he basically kind of put forth that goofy thing. If I was there, it would have been, oh yeah, by the way, Rahm, at that time, because gas mileage was kind of an issue as well, Jody Weiss mentioned this. What do these four-wheel drives that you're going to get, what is the gas mileage they're going to get? I'm betting that we're talking about 10 miles a gallon or under. I think technically your police vehicles, because of the wear and tear and everything, we're not really talking about much, maybe 18 miles per gallon or something like that.
Right,
so
right.
the point is that, the other thing is well, Mr. Idiot Mayor, I'm being a little too hard on him.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. The other point is that, well, just because the SUVs have four-wheel drives, what about the other sedans, the cars? They're going to still get stuck in the snow, and my goodness, wouldn't that be embarrassing? Shouldn't we get then all cars with four-wheel drives, like we're in freaking Denver or something like that? So it just kind of ticked me off because, on the one hand, it was a case of the mayor taking shots at the previous police superintendent, and the media didn't call him on that.
Of course not, because first of all, he wants the media on his side so he can look real good. That's the first thing. Second thing is, gas in Chicago, for some reason, our gas is always higher than everybody else's in the United States. Why is that? It just went up like 30 cents over the weekend. I don't
pay it. Yeah.
I don't understand this. And winter time? Did we have a winter this time?
Well, we didn't this year.
We didn't have one this year, so you're taking a chance.
Again, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, if it had to be pushed out of the snow, it's because streets and sanitation didn't do their job, or the cops, drove it into a snowdrift or something like that.
Wow. I just think they want a furious, fast 5 car or something like that. That's what I think.
I'm all for that. That would be very, very cool.
It would be cool to look like that.
Cool.
Down. Yeah. So, something interesting that I didn't realize is that I didn't know that these Chicago churches, or maybe churches in general, are exempt from paying for water usage.
Right, yeah. The ordinance basically was, I don't know necessarily that it targeted the churches or not. The story came out about churches, but it really was just any kind of nonprofits, and especially the tax exempt. So I guess maybe it was mostly churches.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's the ordinance. They've always supposed to have had water meters, even though they weren't paying for water and sewer. Although I don't know about sewer. Either way, they weren't paying for water. Mm-hmm. They were always supposed to have the meters, and lo and behold, lots and lots of them had no meters. I think there was like well over like 200 churches or something like that the city kind of reached out to that had no meters. Mm-hmm. And basically the churches themselves have to pay for getting meters installed. And this is one of those things where we're not talking about only Catholic churches. We're not talking about only. I mean, it's pretty much all nonprofits. Period. Mm-hmm. No matter what denomination. Hey, you know what? The water's the water, and if you're going to use the water, I don't see. Even if we're going to discount it because it's a nonprofit, they're already getting as a nonprofit lots of free services because they're not paying taxes.
Right.
So I don't see anything wrong with it.
But the amount they're asking for is like a buildup. You know what I mean? Of past water, I guess, that wasn't paid, maybe. And, I mean, we're talking like $11,000 for meters and $14,000 for meters.
Well, that's just for the meter installation. They're not going to, the past water isn't, but ultimately you can't really charge them the correct rate until you get the meters installed. And then even not, if not, I mean, I think the alternate, and the churches probably wouldn't like this either, is that the city will just assume that they're maxing out water. And charge and essentially overcharge them. So,
and if you go to like a larger church, larger churches, they do have, maybe a kitchen, and I'm pretty sure they have bathroom facilities, restroom facilities, and just water for just whatever, So I guess I'm just really shocked. I just didn't know that they didn't have a meter, and I didn't know that they weren't paying that.
Yeah. Well,
I just didn't know.
that is one of the things. You look at that and you go, well, you're already not paying any taxes. So, all of a sudden you're getting all this other stuff free. It makes you want to become a nonprofit, doesn't it?
Sometimes. But I like money, so no.
Hi, friends. Are you ever looking for that special gift when those special days come around? Well, look no further. Introducing The Gift.
The Gift.
Yes, it's here. The Gift.
Gift.
Available everywhere gifts are sold.
You're listening to the John and Linetia Show.